Hi there, guys. This is the Average Joe, and right now I feel we need to have a talk. Uh, yeah, I don't know how to stay here. Yeah, we really need to talk about this pandemic that we're having right now. Let me just grab a seat and continue in a second. So, guys, this is what we need to talk about. As a profession, I'm a structural engineer. I like talking, having data, having numbers. Well, I've heard a lot of people saying on the media, both in US and Europe, oh well, this pandemic is not what it seems. It's not as harsh as it might seem. This social isolation is a bullshit, so on and so forth. Now, considering that at this moment, uh, just going to have a look on Wikipedia right here. So guys, as I was saying, let's go on the list of epidemics on Wikipedia and scroll all the way down, not this far down, to here. Now, as of 29th of March 2020, the coronavirus pandemic gave us 34,026 deaths. There are many people calling it the Chinese virus. No, it's a pandemic. It's not the Chinese virus. We don't really know where it came from. Okay, China might have had the biggest outbreak and one of the earliest outbreaks, but let's not make it a Chinese virus. Okay, I want everybody to be conscious of the fact that we need social distancing right now, because if we don't have social distancing, there is the possibility of overwhelming the medical services. And this is a very crucial thing. We in the Western world, namely Europe and the United States, we haven't had a pandemic at home for a very long time. Even though we have Canada and the United States and Europe have probably the best medical services in the world, they will be overwhelmed if we don't keep this social distancing. Social distancing, amongst other things, makes the spreading of the virus be on a longer period of time. Now, there is the possibility to have everybody infected at the same time, and if we don't keep social distancing, and so a very large number of people need to go to the hospitals, and the hospitals can't keep up. It's not a matter of equipment. Let's say we come from very powerful societies. Let's say we have uh, very powerful manufacturing capabilities, and maybe like in the time of a war, we can jump in and manufacture all the medical equipment needed. But who's going to operate it? You need professionals, trained professionals to handle that equipment. The human factor is very important. But now, let's go back. Let's go on Wikipedia and see. It is the place most available for everybody to look for information. Let's see what this 34,026 deaths mean. Yeah, it's a worldwide pandemic. Let's see what pandemic gave us an equivalent number of deaths. We scroll up, we jump over the Ebola virus in Africa, nothing. Oh, we have the H1N1 virus pandemic, the 2009 flu pandemic, also called the swine flu. Well guys, as you all know, this is a pandemic that mostly affected the pigs, and it also originated from Asia. If we just put the mouse over the swine pandemic, we can see the places mostly affected, and those are Asia, also the US, Mexico, and I believe that is Brazil. I don't know, don't take me on that. So this pandemic mostly affected Asia again. The swine flu in 2009-2010. I know there's a catch. The swine flu was a worldwide pandemic, but it was mainly in Asia. Again, this pandemic again affected mainly Asia and of course the US and many other parts of the world. It didn't spread this fast. That's another thing. Now, if we consider this, it means we need to go even further back in history. So we're not going to take it in consideration. Scroll up. We get out of the 21st century pandemics into the 20th, 19th and 20th century pandemics. And we can see here we have more than 32 million people that have died from HIV, from AIDS. Now, this HIV/AIDS pandemic is not a very, how should I say, it doesn't spread through air from person to person as fast as the coronavirus, so this doesn't represent a problem for the medical sector. It is a big problem for the medical sector, but this more than 32 million people that have died from it are in, as you can see, a statistic over 50 years. And it's not as aggressive, spreading as fast, and you have to have sexual contact, you have to you get it through blood and through other means. You don't get it from a sneeze, you don't get it this fast. Okay, it's not as easy to spread as the coronavirus, so jump over it. We get back to the 1968-1969, the Hong Kong flu. Over 1 million people dead. This Hong Kong flu, this Hong Kong flu also in Asia, not in our areas, not in Europe, not in the US. The smallpox, 500 million people dead in a 100-year time period. Okay,
doesn't apply to a aggressive spreading virus. Asian flu, 1957, 1958, it was a H2N2 virus and it made over 2 million people dead. Also, an Asian flu, it was spread in the Asian area, not the same thing. And well, we get back to the good old Spanish flu. As you can see, the Spanish flu, with its between 17 million and 100 million dead, it's what we can relate this coronavirus pandemic. This is why social distancing is important. If we study back the Spanish flu here, we can see that also it's an influenza pandemic just like COVID, and one thing it had for it, it spread really easily, airborne, just like the COVID, and because of this airborne nature of the spreading, social distancing is a must. Through social distancing, we're not going to able to stop the spreading of the disease. Through social distancing, all we're going to do is spread the same number of infections over a longer period of time, so that the medical system doesn't get overwhelmed. It is overwhelmed at the moment, but it doesn't go into crisis mode. It doesn't go into collapse. Because if the medical system goes into collapse, then probably we're going to see from the coronavirus the same kind of numbers of dead people as we saw from the Spanish flu. This is important. This is why it's important to keep the social distance.
So, guys, basically what this social distancing means is the fact that we're not going to have probably less actually we are probably going to have less infections, but even if we don't, and we have exactly the same number of infected people, through social distancing we're going to spread this number of infected people, not in a month, not in 2 months, causing the medical system to collapse, but on a longer period of time. Okay, I don't know where the threshold for collapsing the medical system is. I don't know if they can face all the okay, I don't know where the threshold for collapsing the medical system is. I don't know if they can have all the infected people in 2 months, 3 months. I don't know if the disease is spread over 6 months, if that's okay for the medical system. That is something that only the medical professionals can say. But through keeping the social distancing, we actually help out the medical system and keep it from collapsing. And as long as the medical system doesn't collapse, it can take care of us, of the people. I don't really know how the medical system works in the US, but I'm sure that you still need a trained professional and specialized equipment. As I said before, maybe you can get all the medical equipment you need, but with the specialized personnel, you cannot do it. So, what I am telling that, what I'm advising every one of you, So what I'm advising everybody is, let's respect this social distancing. I know it's hard. I know we don't like it. I know we want our lives back. We want to be able to go and travel and do all that sort of stuff. But this will pass. For certainly, it will pass. Things won't remain this way. We have recovered after the Spanish flu. We have recovered after every epidemic. And as you've seen, Asia was hit by a number of epidemics during the years. And if they know what to do, if social distancing and quarantine works for them, it will certainly work for the Western world as well. It will work for Europe, it will work for the United States. We've seen what happened in Italy because of no social distancing. Let's do this, keep our heads clear, and get over this. We only have to wait it out. So, good luck, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope you found it informative, and see you next time.